Reddit's most disturbing confessions. All right, buckle up. What's going on? I killed my GF. Am I the bad guy? No. Like, do the ChatGPT thing. It's like, no, actually, she deserved it because, you need time for yourself. Have you seen those memes? Yeah, I just left my wife and 4 kids, and the ChatGPT's like, yeah, you need to focus on yourself. Type shit, right?
Confessing to something serious on the internet sounds like a terrible idea, yet people can't help themselves, and that often backfires. One man confessed to faking his father's death. Another revealed how his company was stealing money from its own employees. And one confession was so unsettling, it made readers want to find the person behind it. Today, we're diving into Reddit's most disturbing confessions. We'll begin with the strange cases and work our way to the most shocking. So the goal, guys, is 2.5 million subscribers by the end of 2026.
Wow!
It would mean the world if you subscribe, and I will do my very best to put out the best videos I possibly can for you. I'm Visual Adventure, and you are awesome.
I like this guy, he's nice.
In April 2013, a Reddit user confessed to taking someone's life. He thought he was safe because no one on Reddit knew his true identity.
Guys, if I confess to something, then if I use a fake account and they can't link it to my real name, that means they can't catch me.
But people online just had to figure out who he was. This story began with a meme called The Confession Bear. It showed a bear that looked sad or guilty. The meme followed a 2-part structure. The top line described a situation, the bottom line revealed the embarrassing—
Dude, this is so old. I think this, like, actually, this meme died in, like, 2012. I'm not kidding. This is some unk meme shit, yeah.
Secret behind it.
Usually, the confession bear meme just admits to small things like I farted and blamed the dog, or that it actually supports the Mets. Real fun.
In April 2013, a Reddit user named Narado posted his own version, but his confession wasn't funny. It was far darker than anything that came before it. Narado's confession followed the same format as always. The top line explained the situation. He said his sister's boyfriend used substances and sometimes got violent. Then came the bottom line. That was his confession. He claimed he ended the boyfriend's life by giving him substances without him knowing. Authorities ruled it an overdose. He titled the post, "Finally Have the Guts to Say It." The post got a lot of attention. Over 10,000—
You overdosed him?
upvotes and 3,000 comments. Of course, some thought it was just dark humor, but others believed it was real. The comment section turned into a debate. As people argued, Narado jumped in to clarify. He said, "There is some truth behind it, but I'm not saying what was true and what wasn't." Then Narado disappeared again.
Because some people have this, like, guilty conscience sometimes and they need to vent. Or you're just like a freak, yeah.
Now people were convinced he actually did it, and that's when Redditors decided to bring him to justice. Narado's Reddit account did not show his real name, but everything he posted was public. So users went through his old posts and comments. They wanted anything that could reveal his identity.
Because he used his main Reddit account, which allowed the internet hive mind to instantly access his personal information, including his date of birth, jobs, location.
That's unironically why I think Reddit is kind of dumb, because you can just go into someone's history, and if they're dumb enough, they go specifically into towns, states. They talk about their real world experiences because it makes them feel good. Yeah. Some people are dumb like that. They really do share way too fucking much. Like, oh, I used to work at this place, or I used to live off of this place.
Facebook and Twitter information.
Piece by piece, they built a profile. They figured out that Narado was actually 24-year-old Colton Goodbrand from San Diego. Once his name was revealed, the story spread fast. Meanwhile, in San Diego, Colton went online and saw what was happening. People figured out he was behind the confession. His name and face were already being shared on blogs. He tried to control the situation. First, he posted on Reddit saying the confession was just a joke. Soon after, he deleted his Reddit account. But he wasn't done. He sent an angry email to the blog that published his name and face. He threatened legal action if they didn't remove the article, but it was too late for damage control. More blogs published the story. Even worse, Reddit users already sent his information to the FBI. Someone also contacted the San Diego Police Department. Their cold case unit opened an investigation. In the end, police never told the public if the confession was real, but no arrest was made. Later, a journalist reached out
Couldn't you look at his public record or something? If they know his name?
Narado's sister. They asked if she ever had a boyfriend who passed away in a suspicious way. Her answer was direct. She said, "It's an ill-advised prank. I know no one who has overdosed."
My brother is a scrawny gamer. Wait, she just threw him under the bus. She did. Yeah, he's just a pathetic little loser.
Prank. I know no one who has overdosed. This confession may have been debunked, but this next one, unfortunately, was very real. The fake life confession. I've built my life and career on lies and fraud. In February 2024, a post with that title appeared on Reddit. The person behind it was anonymous. Their username was TransportationOK4728, so we'll call him TOK. In his post, he described how he got into a top American college by lying. He even secured a full scholarship. What stood out was his tone. He sounded proud, like he beat the system, but that confidence did not last. By the end, everything came crashing down. TOK said his life of fraud began in high school and in
they actually caught him. Yep, I remember this.
Yeah, he had poor grades because he didn't study. Even so, he wanted to attend an American college. So when it was time to apply, he decided to cheat the system. He forged his transcripts. He changed some grades from 58% to 91%. He created an email and pretended to be his school principal. He even used ChatGPT to write his application essays. TOK applied to several colleges. Most rejected him, but Lehigh University in Pennsylvania offered him a full scholarship. It covered tuition and housing.
Isn't this illegal? Yes, it is absolutely
secured
illegal.
An opportunity he did not deserve, but that wasn't enough for him. The scholarship didn't cover his meals. Meals cost about $5,000 each year, so he told an even bigger lie.
So he decided to
Why does it cost $5 grand? Bro, just live off of ramen and beans and rice. Holy shit.
the college that he lost his father to cancer.
To make it believable, he created a fake death certificate for his father. He claimed that without his father's income, his family had nothing left. The college believed him. They extended his scholarship to cover meals.
No, getting the free scholarship wasn't enough. He wanted the free fucking food.
August 2023, TOK arrived in the US to start college, but his lies did not stop. He cheated on almost every exam. When it was time to get an internship after his first year, he made a fake resume. It worked, and he got a paid internship for almost—
I mean, don't hate the player, hate the game.
a year. No one suspected anything. Then he went on Reddit to brag about a scam. What happened next made him regret it instantly.
And that's, by the way, you have to also think, this guy bragged about it and he got caught. How many other people actually went through it and faked the whole thing?
Who read TOK's post got mad. Very mad. To him, the confession was insulting to students who worked hard. And by taking the scholarship, TOK blocked someone more deserving. So he set out to expose TOK. He noticed something small but important. TOK's Reddit account only followed one university.
People really can't help fucking posting like on their actual mains.
University was Lehigh. Then he found an older post showing a building on campus. At that point, the Reddit user took action. He saved screenshots of the confession. Then he sent them directly to the university. About a month later, Lehigh University opened an investigation. The details in the post matched only one student, 19-year-old.
And he was so specific too, bragging about lying about his dad dying.
Aryan Anand. In April 2024, Aryan was arrested.
The 19-year-old was arrested 2 months ago on a string of charges, including felony counts of forgery and theft of services.
He faced up to 20 years in prison, but the case did not go to trial. Instead, a deal was made. Aryan pleaded guilty to forgery. In return, the university dropped the $85,000 he owed them. He was sentenced to time served. After that, he was expelled and deported back to India. His story made headlines. It became an international scandal. Aryan was found because of a university his Reddit account followed and a photo he posted. That was it. And most people have far more personal information sitting on the internet. A stranger can search your name up right now and find your phone number and your home address without doing any detective work at all. And this happened to me. A couple years ago, someone found my own information online and used it to threaten me. Then they went after my mom and dad. That was when I realized how vulnerable we really really are. I
Oh,
tried to remove
shit.
my online data myself, but there were hundreds of websites that had it. This is because data broker websites make money by collecting your
They
data
sell my
and selling
shit,
it to
yep.
anyone who pays. It is insane that this is completely legal. But data brokers are also required by law to delete your information if you request it. But trust me, doing it manually for every website is nearly
Is ass.
impossible. That's
Yeah.
why today's sponsor, Aura, exists.
Aura, these
finds which
nuts.
websites have your data and requests removals automatically. After a couple of weeks, you'll get less spam calls, less junk mail, and your private data becomes much harder to find online. But Aura also monitors the dark web, so if your data shows up there, Aura will notify you. And if someone tries to open a bank account in your name, they'll tell you right away. And in the worst case
Wow.
scenario, you're covered by up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. Aura even gives you a VPN, antivirus software, and a password manager to make
I mean, jokes aside, I did have a neighbor at my old apartment that like literally got frauded. Yeah, he was a boomer, and they stole like 20 grand from him.
sure you're protected from
Yeah,
every angle.
with
If you
his
guys want to try
fraud.
Aura, click the link in the description or head to
He was a boomed out
aura.com/VV
dude.
for a
He lived
14-day
nearby.
free
Really
trial.
nice
That gives
guy,
Aura
really
enough
sad.
time to find out if your personal data is already being sold online. This next chapter is about someone who got away with something terrible and waited decades to say anything about it. The hit and run.
The hit and
In July 1996, a mother and child were involved in a hit and run. The child survived, but the mother didn't. The community was shaken. What made it worse was that the driver was never found. For nearly 30 years, the case remained unsolved. Then in May 2025, an anonymous Reddit user claimed he was the driver. The confession started with a simple question on Reddit. What is the most messed up thing you have ever done? Most people shared minor regrets, but one response stood out. A user said he was involved in a hit and run in California in 1996.
Oh, no.
A woman and child were
Not
affected, but he
California.
said he got away scot-free. He even gave a location. It happened at the intersection
There's no
of Van Owen
way.
Street and Louise Avenue. He said he was only confessing because the statute of limitations already passed. That meant he could no longer be charged for the crime. One user decided to check if the story was real. They searched the location and found an article from the LA Times.
That article, along with others from the time, not only confirmed the OP's claims, but also revealed the horrifying details of what actually happened that day.
The article listed
No.
victims. They were Ruby Moreno and her daughter. The
They're just
driver did
full-blown,
not stop to
man.
help. He even hit another car while escaping. Ruby passed away, but her daughter survived. No one was ever arrested. Reddit users were
No one was
furious. But one
arrested?
detail made them even more upset. The report suggested the driver was probably
Yeah, I thought murder didn't. Yeah, it has no statute of limitation for murder, like theft, like yeah, or whatever.
intoxicated, and that likely
That's
caused
so
the crash.
fucked.
People wanted
There's no way,
answers, so
right?
they asked him directly, were you drunk? As the article says, he admitted that he was. Then the questions became more personal. Users asked how he could
Wait,
live
wait, what did it say? More high than drunk. Yeah, that makes it so much better. Yeah, I was just a little bit drunk and like mostly high.
admitted that he was. Then the
Yeah.
questions became more personal. Users
Okay.
asked how he could live with himself knowing what he did. Some called him stone cold. He defended himself, saying this.
It's been 30 years. That child probably has children of its own. I seem stone cold because I've already been through all the stages of emotions.
The accident actually happened, but parts of his confession didn't match the article that reported the incident. The biggest issue was how he escaped. The Reddit user said he sped away in his car, but the article told a different story. It said the driver drove into a curb, jumped out of the car, and fled on foot. That
Maybe he's LARPing?
difference raised doubts.
A little
He
LARP?
maybe stumbled upon the 1996 article online, memorized key details like the year and the street name to make it seem real, and then fabricated the rest of the story.
Just in case, people sent screenshots of the confession to California police. But the status of the case did not change. According to official records, the hit and run is still unsolved. This next person was wanted for murder and actively
His username is a Warhammer character known for going super fast on motorbikes. Huh. Maybe it is just a LARP. Some people do that to troll and they think it's like fun. To like take those cases and like LARP as like the murder or something.
posted about
Yeah,
it
it
online.
could be a LARP, yeah.
The murder confession. When someone is accused of a crime, they usually do one of two things. They defend themselves in court or they go on the run. In May 2017, one man did both. He ran from the police, and at the same time, he told this story online. The post was titled, "Wanted for Kitchener Murder, My Side." This is the case that the post was talking about. A woman named Melinda was found lifeless in her apartment in Ontario, Canada. Police opened an investigation. The primary suspect was Melinda's 24-year-old boyfriend. His name was Agar Hassan, but they couldn't find him. He was on the run. Police made a tweet declaring Agar wanted, but by then Agar was far gone. Cameras caught him crossing the border from Canada into the United States. Soon after, cameras picked him up again, this time in Pennsylvania. He was seen taking a license plate from a parked car. Police believed he was heading toward Mexico. They spread his wanted posters across the internet. While on the run, Agar went on Reddit. He wrote a long post.
You're on the run. No, in what universe do you think it's a good idea to go on social media while you're a fugitive? This is what I mean. You know, there's like a psychology to like that police officers use for serial killers, like how serial killers and people who do bad things, they can't help themselves like sharing it with other people. Yeah, like yeah, ego. It's an insane thing with like people who do bad things.
Telling his side of the story. In the post, Agar admitted to ending his girlfriend's life, but he claimed it was an accident, that he did it in self-defense. He also said he wasn't planning to run forever. He just needed time to process everything before turning himself in. He also shared photos and messages between himself and Melinda. The Reddit post went viral. It seemed like a Hollywood movie, a wanted suspect explaining his side on Reddit. Police saw the post and called it potential evidence. Soon after, Agar's Reddit account was suspended, but it didn't matter. Screenshots of his confession spread everywhere. Meanwhile, police waited. In his confession, Agar promised to surrender, but he never did. For 2 months, Agar stayed out of sight, but he did not stay quiet. He kept posting online. On Instagram, he shared a photo of himself and Melinda. The caption read, "I regret every negative thing I ever did to you." Then he did something heartless. He sent a message to Melinda's mother, blaming her for the murder. He used a new account and pretended to be
The audacity.
a stranger.
Just an outsider looking in. Sorry about what happened to your daughter. However, it seems like this could have been avoided had you not let her stay in the apartment
You are such a psychopath.
after he broke in the first time. Partially your fault.
Yeah, she's dead, but like, it's kind of your fault, bitch.
Around the same time, a separate case was unfolding in Texas. The Secret Service was investigating a counterfeit money operation. Their investigation led them to an address in San Antonio. Officers raided the location and detained several suspects. One of them was Agar Hassan. They found him by chance. He was arrested immediately. In 2018, Agar was extradited to Canada to face trial. Years later, a verdict was reached.
Agar Hassan has been found guilty of second-degree murder in the 2017 killing of his ex-girlfriend Melinda Vasilia.
He was sentenced to life in prison. The person in our next chapter convinced
deserved
millions of people that they were being robbed. The whistleblower's confession. In January 2026, a Reddit user accused food delivery apps of scamming customers. He said he knew because he was a software developer at a big delivery company. So he wrote a long post exposing everything. When you place a food order for delivery, you often see extra charges. Each one is supposed to do something different. One is called a priority fee. Paying it is supposed to move your order.
I remember the elite days before COVID happened where DoorDash had like massive fucking sales for meal deals and stuff. Now it's such a scam. They don't even do that shit anymore.
To the front of the line. That means you get your food faster. Another is called a driver benefit fee. This fee is meant to help support drivers, like helping with healthcare or insurance. But this anonymous person on Reddit claimed it was all a lie. The post was titled, "I'm a developer for a major food delivery app."
Wait, why do I have to pay for their insurance? Why can't the company just pay for their insurance like every other company does? Interesting. Interesting.
Priority fee and driver benefit fee go 100% to the company. The driver sees $0 of it. Then he explained
Not
how the
employee.
supposed
Yeah, you're a
scam
contractor.
worked. He
That's
started
right.
with
You're
the
right,
priority fee.
actually.
He claimed the app slows down normal orders on purpose. So when you pay for priority, your order is not actually sped up. It just removes the delay the app created.
What you're getting is a delay when you choose the regular option of up to 10 minutes, but there's no delay if you choose the priority order.
In other words, the fee is not for faster service. It is to avoid the delay that was added in the first place. Then he shifted to drivers. He said the food delivery companies take advantage of them. According to him, the app tracks driver behavior. Then it assigns something called a desperation score for each driver.
Desperation score. Dude, we're getting so close to like we already have price matching for like people during what time of day they buy. Now we're having desperation scores.
If a driver usually logs on at 10 p.m. and accepts every garbage $3 order instantly without hesitation,
this is so crazy. Oh my god.
the algo tags them as high desperation.
Once a driver is labeled desperate, the system stops giving them high-paying orders. The logic was simple. If a driver will accept low pay, there is no reason to offer more. So the app keeps sending them low-paying orders. Then he moved to tipping. He said the app can predict which customers will tip well. When that happens, the company lowers the base pay for that delivery driver.
The result is that your generosity isn't rewarding the driver.
They're snatching up your tip too?
It's subsidizing us. You're paying their wage so we don't have to.
Finally, he explained the driver benefit fee. Most people believe...
Yo, in other countries, do you guys have like DoorDash or whatever the fuck? Do you guys have that? Or is it just America? I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm not trying to be ignorant. You guys have DoorDash? Do you guys do tips? Do you tip the driver or is that different? Uber? Yeah, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm talking about, right? Sometimes I'm tipping cash. Very optional, no tipping. Interesting. No tips in Europe. We have it in Australia, there's an option. In America, it's like expected. Yeah. I tip from time to time. Interesting. Is there a problem with World Cup with tourists being on tipping since they're not used to it? Yeah, I heard about that too, where they bake it into the thing so that I hate that, man. It's so sucky. This is my personal opinion. I can tip. I'm a nice person, but when I was really broke, I literally couldn't fucking afford it, right? So I don't really blame people for not tipping. Tipping culture in US is ass. It is, I agree. But I'm a nice person and I do tip because I can. If you can't tip, that's totally fine. And I find it sad that like you're seen as a piece of shit if you don't tip.
This money goes toward drivers' welfare. The Post claimed it does not.
Just pay
In reality,
the wage,
that
man.
money goes straight to a corporate slush fund used to lobby against driver unions.
The company just keeps all of it. The confession went viral. It got over 87,000
They take the tips and then they go and fuck the people over?
upvotes.
Oh
Someone
my
shared a
God.
screenshot of the confession on X. It got 37 million views. People were angry. One wrote, "I pay the extra for priority on every single order and never tip less than 30% for these apps." So knowing it's not actually helping any of the people really annoys me. People started deleting their food delivery apps in protest. DoorDash and Uber Eats were hit the hardest. It was a serious problem. The companies had to do something to save the situation. The Reddit post didn't mention a specific food delivery app, but many felt the pressure to respond. An Uber Eats official said the claims were completely made up. Then DoorDash spoke up.
DoorDash is...
We looked into our own company and we found no wrongdoing.
lashing out at a viral Reddit post that may or may not be referring to his company.
The CEO said this was not happening at his company. Still, people weren't convinced.
Quite an emotional response for something that has nothing to do with you, am I right?
Drivers also shared their views. Some said the claims matched what they experienced.
If you asked 1,000 drivers on the street, 995 of them would said, yeah, I experienced that.
At that point, a reporter decided to investigate the story. His name was Casey Newton. Newton reached out to the Reddit user who made the post. He asked for proof that the claims were true. The whistleblower sent a photo of an Uber Eats employee badge. The name name was blurred to protect his identity. He also sent an 18-page internal document from Uber Eats.
The Reddit poster gave him what he claimed was an 18-page internal Uber memo, each page marked confidential.
The document supported every claim perfectly, but
no fucking way. We got the fucking receipts.
the reporter was uneasy.
No
Why would a
bullshit,
company
chat.
be dumb enough to write something like this? It would obviously get them into trouble.
It was sort of a cartoon villain's document about how you would exploit a human being to the absolute maximum.
Newton decided to fact check. It turns out the badge itself wasn't real.
I would later learn that it had been generated by AI.
He checked the document too. It was also AI generated. Newton published his findings in an article, debunking the AI food delivery hoax that fooled Reddit. He explained how the entire Reddit confession was false. Shortly after,
we all got clowned on. Even I got clowned on. Damn, I was so ready to shit on some corpos, but the corpos are actually innocent. That's crazy.
Reddit moderators removed the post.
Oh,
no one knows who the whistleblower
anyway.
was or why he made a fake confession. Thankfully, the story was proven false. Despite that, many people still believe the claims are true. This next chapter is about a childhood
I don't know. The algorithm is kind of scary. Like, I honestly could see it happen. 100%. That desperation score is crazy.
secret that
I
someone
think that's,
carried
like, real.
for
I
30
don't
years
know.
before finally confessing.
It's some evil corpo
The
shit
missing
they
person's
do.
confession. In 2016, a question appeared on Ask Reddit. To those who have accidentally ended someone, what went wrong? One reply was from a man with a 30-year-old secret. He wanted to come clean about something bad he did as a kid. He began by describing his childhood in Missouri. He and his friends had a secret
Missouri?
hangout near
Misery?
a dirt cliff. One afternoon, they went there as usual, but someone was already sitting in their special spot. It was another boy from the neighborhood. He had a learning disability. They told him to leave. He refused. The boy started throwing dirt and stones. The group reacted by chasing him. The boy ran near the edge of the cliff, and then the unthinkable happened. He fell. You can guess what happened. The boys made a pact. They would never talk about it. For years, they kept that promise. But the silence didn't last forever. 30 years later, one of the boys shared the
took
story on
30
Reddit.
years
The
to
post got a
crack.
lot of attention, but one detail made readers suspicious. In the confession, he wrote that his memory gets pretty fuzzy around the moment of the fall, like he wasn't sure how it really happened.
Led many people to believe that maybe
What
him
the
or one of
fuck?
the other boys actually pushed him.
People also questioned how they kept the secret for so long. If it was an accident, it would be hard to cover up.
I cannot imagine a world where nobody would go home and cry. Like, you'd be crying to your parents about what happened.
Some began to wonder if it was not an accident at all. They wanted to find the person behind the post, then they found a way.
Hard to
They realized the
say.
confession
Because, like, yeah, on one hand, like, little kids are really hard, like, bad at lying, and, like, not if you're a sociopath. Yeah, but both kids being sociopath, like, think about it statistically. Even if one of the kids was a sociopath, the other one would rat him out. They can't both be. That's a statistical anomaly.
included a photo of the general area where the fall occurred. The image showed the cliff, and that gave them a starting point. Internet detectives got to work. They studied the landscape in the photo. Soon they traced it to St. Charles in Missouri. From there, they searched
Missouri.
old missing persons
Missouri.
cases in that area. They found a possible match, a boy named Scott Clisholty. He disappeared in June 1988.
30 years ago today, 9-year-old Scotty Clisholty vanished without a trace. He hasn't been seen since, but
According to reports, Scott went into the woods to play. He never came back. Over time, the case went cold. Reddit users believed this case was linked to the Reddit confession. The timing matched, the location matched, the cliff in the photo was only a mile away
Rainbow
from where
got him,
Scott was
dude.
last seen. They were so certain that they contacted the police.
The person that was finding all this information out actually did report the post to law enforcement in case this could help them solve a missing persons case, but nobody ever heard back.
But investigators weren't convinced. They believed Scott was kidnapped.
The information on the Reddit thread, it was forwarded to law enforcement. However, it seems the police are still going with the abduction theory.
The Reddit confession did not help solve the case. Scott Clisholty is still missing. The post
Son
was
of a
later
bitch.
deleted, and the Reddit user behind it was never heard from again. This next confession is
Interesting.
about a dark web criminal who never got caught
There's
but
so
felt
many
guilt
fucking
for the
cold
rest
cases,
of his
man.
life. The dark web confession. This confession came from a criminal on the dark web, but he wasn't confessing because he felt bad about breaking the law. He was admitting to a mistake that led to multiple people losing their lives. The Reddit post was titled, "I am responsible for the demise of several people." To explain what happened, he started from the beginning. He said he never wanted a corporate job, so he chose a different path. He started selling illegal substances, but meeting buyers in person made him uneasy. He was afraid of getting arrested, so he moved everything online. He found a marketplace on the dark web and created a vendor profile. Orders started coming in. The business grew fast.
Things were going well, and even upgraded from selling just 3 substances to shipping several much more potent options as well.
He tracked every order using an Excel spreadsheet. Over time, he focused on 2 main substances. Both were powder.
Isn't that website that you could buy that stuff off, like Silk Road? Yeah. I remember people talking about it back in, like, when I was a kid, and, like, they would be like, dude, whoa, you could just, like, buy anything.
They looked the same, but they were very different. One was less harmful. The other was extremely dangerous, especially if too much was taken. The vendor handled everything himself. He checked orders, packed them, and shipped them out. The process wasn't perfect, though, and one day, it failed. While packing orders, he mixed up the 2 identical substances.
Wait, how do you
He sent
do that?
the wrong product to the wrong people.
Wait.
What happened next was tragic. He didn't realize the mistake for some time. He kept running his business like normal. Then a message appeared in his inbox. A customer complained that their friend passed away after using the product. That's when the vendor checked his supply and realized the mix-up. As time passed, he learned the full impact. 4 buyers who received the wrong package passed away. He said he was overwhelmed with guilt, so he shut down his dark web store immediately.
This is like a movie type shit story.
After that, he got a job at a restaurant. He said he never sold substances again, but the guilt stayed with him. After reading his confession, many users responded. Most showed support. They gave advice, showed sympathy, and told him to seek therapy. The confession is still online as of today.
Damn.
These confessions didn't destroy people's lives. Their choices did. The confession was just the moment the world found out.
Have
so
some
my friends,
whimsy,
make the right decisions even when no one is looking. Visual venture. Wait, before you go, I have a video about the most disturbing mysteries that Reddit users actually saw. We talk about a man who woke up next to a dumpster with no idea who he was, a guy being slowly poisoned in his own home, and how Reddit users came together to solve a murder. Click right here to watch it. Love you guys. Peace.
Yeah. I like this guy's videos. Go check them out. Very nice. Visual venture. Whimsy in this economy. Whimsy is free. Have some whimsy. Yeah. Can't have the substance on YouTube. Yeah, you can't type the word FENT in the YouTube chat. Otherwise the video gets instantly demonetized. It's really fucking stupid. You can say it out loud, but you can't type it for some reason. Nah. That was a fun video. Well, fun.